It's going.
Oh, yeah, nah, pretty good.
Thinking we should chuck a podcast. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, nah, I can. Come round, let's do a thing.
Hello and welcome back to What Do You Reckon?
G'day, everyone.
Up to round 14.
14, just like that.
14. We're at the end of November.
Yeah.
Steadily creeping on December. It's in a couple of days' time. And I guess this episode we'll just do a bloody quick recap of what's been happening, eh?
Well, it's been you pissed off for a week. You had to go to work.
I did.
So, if you want to, I don't know, what happened up there? Anything exciting? See anything up in there?
No, nothing cool at all.
Nothing cool
I
at
saw
all.
a lot of dirt.
Well, I'll tell you what, for a boring week that you've had, I've had bloody an exciting week, trust me.
Very eventful.
A lot has happened in the last, since we last chatted. And I think it's just, well, first of all, no, this is something that we did finish, and that was the HIIT 8-week challenge.
Yep, wrapped up yesterday.
Yep, how'd you go?
Yeah, look, I could have done better. So I crushed it the first 4 weeks. I did a scan at 4 weeks and I'd put on 1.5 kilos of muscle.
Yep.
And I'd maintained my body fat.
Right.
So I hadn't put on any extra fat or anything like that. And I was feeling strong, making some good gains. I was really happy. And then the week after I did that scan, I had a really big course from the Czech Institute, and it was a 5-day course from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Plus, you got to do like case studies and homework after it. So I wasn't getting the workouts in. I was still eating decently,
Yeah.
so my macros were good, but I wasn't getting the workouts in. And then after that, had a few other bits and pieces going on at home, starting the business, bringing on new clients, all of that sort of gear. So it sort of slipped off. And my final week 8 result ended up being, I'm still pretty happy, but
Yeah.
I know I could have done a lot better. I've got an extra 100 gram of muscle on my frame. I've definitely toned up.
Yeah.
And I dropped my body fat by like 0.2% or something
Yeah.
like that, you know. So I'm feeling okay, but it's I definitely could have done better. But the thing for me is that like I'm not really taking a big break from it. Like I want this to sort of be the reality now, because what I was on macro and calorie wise is actually quite easy to maintain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of like this is what I want my day-to-day life to resemble from now on. So I'm kind of continuing with the challenge.
Unreal.
And on top
to
of
me,
that,
that's what's part of the challenge. Is it's not just 8 weeks.
yeah.
8 weeks is like the kickoff.
Yes, exactly.
And then you're meant to go on from there on.
I was talking about this last night because there was a young guy that I met at Kawana, HIIT Kawana. His name's Alex, and everyone, all the staff were just raving about him, like how glad that they are that he's come to the gym and done the challenge. He's like such a nice young bloke, and you know, didn't know really much at all about health and fitness and what he should be eating and those kinds of things. And they've said, like, you know, at the start he would really, really have to push to get through a class. You know, it was a lot for him, and now he's just crushing it all the time. You know, not to mention like his confidence has grown as a person, and you see like so many cases of that.
Yeah.
And I think back to when Rani and I did the round 1 challenge at Kawana, which was our first 8-week challenge, and that really was the catalyst for who I am now. Yeah. You know, I'd already started like probably about 1.5 years before that of going, I need to clean up my health.
Yeah.
And tried out a few different PTs and some different gyms. But, you know, my diet wasn't on point. I didn't know how to exercise correctly. And so, yeah, the 8-week challenge, it's kind of just giving you your learner's permit to go out and figure this out now. You know, we've given you some of the information, so keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's such an awesome positive thing. And I think if anybody's like on the fence about should they do it or not, just do it.
Well, I think, it was probably about 3 years ago, I think I did my first challenge. I've done one every year. The first one I went pretty hard. That was just because I just wanted to see what would happen. If it was, there was a bit of raving going on about it, I might as well do the thing. And I learned a lot from that first one. The second one, I already knew what difference it could make. We had the wedding coming up that year.
Yes.
So I went a bit too hard then.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was full on that second one where I probably lost too much weight. This third one, the only goal I had was just to get back under 70 kilos.
Yeah.
So my results, 69.9 kilograms.
Wow, there you go.
But I hit that at week 6. So from week 6, I kind of just
did whatever.
Yeah, I was like, just checked in, just made sure every day. Literally, I checked the scales every day, and it was just fluctuating about a kilo up and down. So I went down to 69.
Yeah,
went up to 71, but it always hovered around that 70 mark. So I'm just like, okay, I'll keep it at this. This is good. And this is where I'm happy at. I'm happy at.
Yeah.
At the cost though, was I did lose some muscle, which wasn't that stoked about.
Yeah.
So I lost some fat. I think it was like 3 kilos of fat and a kilo of muscle. And I think that was due to cheating the system a little bit with a bit of a calorie deficit here and there.
Yeah.
And not that I deliberately did it. I just should have eaten more when I was meant to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, we spoke about, we had a couple of events where we had, some beers and that kind of thing. Like you did the post about it the other day.
That's the thing. I was straight up honest with what happened.
Yeah, yeah. And it's good. Like that's remaining accountable. Like, and that's what people on the challenge need to do, because there's this weird thing that happens where people kind of go, like they're going to get in trouble from the trainers and stuff. And it's like, they don't care. They're here, like they're there to make you achieve what you want to achieve, like to help you throughout it. It's not like they're going to be your angry parents and scold you for it. They'll just be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that, should you?
Yeah, if you wanted a result and you didn't get it because you did that, well, now that's what happens.
Yeah, so there's this bizarre thing where some people don't stay accountable, whereas like if they'd rocked up and gone, hey, I actually didn't hit my macros and I went out drinking on the weekend, the trainer could then go, all right, well, you shouldn't have done that, but how about this week? This is how you tackle it, and we try and make up for some lost time.
Yeah.
But yeah, people don't do that. They shoot themselves in the foot by staying quiet. And like the trainers know anyway, because you're coming back a week later saying like, yeah, no, I nailed my macros. And it's like, well, I only saw you in the gym once this week and your measurements don't show me that you've actually made any progress. So why are you lying to me?
Actually, this is the thing. In the first week of the challenge, I think it was we went to the Canberra versus Storm game at Suncorp. Now that was what I feel like was probably going to be the last time I saw Cameron Smith at Suncorp. And what I did was we went with Jade. I'm throwing her under the bus here. She's works at HIIT at Capalaba. And I just said, how can we macro win some beers? And she's like, I'll see what we can do. Anyway, we looked up the calories and all that for what just a standard Great Northern would be. And I macroed in these beers, I think. It's like Shani, when I said that I macroed in beers in that video that I did on Instagram saying that I did drink beers on this date and that, and she's like, I don't know how you macroed in beers. And I was like, well, I went with someone from your gym. So that's how I did.
That's how.
And once I kind of got told that, I kind of ran with it for the remaining weeks of the challenge.
Instead of just it being a once-off, it's like, I can macro beers now.
Yeah, exactly. And that actually goes back to, my uncle Vaughn lives in Sydney.
Yes.
He's the older guy who's muscly for an older guy. And
he played first grade, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah. He did a few back in the 20s. But he's very fit. I think he's 70 now. Yeah, he is. And he drinks beers every day, but he still looks fit. Yeah. He still looks like a bodybuilder. And he said, I remember him telling me this, it's like, I drink beers every day, but I also go for a run and go to the gym every day. And I was like, science.
Science.
I don't know if it works for everyone, but
it definitely doesn't work for me. I'm one of those people that like, I can't out-train the bad diet. Yeah. No matter what I do, it's like, I've got to stay on top of it. It just... I think he's a bit genetically gifted as well.
When people say like if you drink like, oh, they light beers, it's like, oh, the more I drink it, the lighter it gets. But so I think I hit the set. I haven't seen my before and after photos. Look, when you do your before and afters, your first photo, you look like shit because I don't know, you got your hairy, you haven't. Yeah, you got a tan.
You haven't manscaped.
Yeah, you don't smile. It's all good. But and then when you do your last one, you look better anyway because you've cut all that. Most of us we cut the hair, shave the hair off our chest, and tan and
throw on some of the Bondi sands.
Yeah, we have a smile, and it's just like, God, you look way better.
Yeah,
there's some tricks here.
I did the 8-week challenge, and what I got was this smile and a tan.
Yes,
that's probably what mine's going to be honest. There's
Look
not
at
that
these
much
results.
difference. Yeah, not much difference.
Yeah, like what are the 8-week Bondi sands results?
Yeah. But like for me, I'm kind of excited because, like I said, I'm just going to continue this and sort of step right into the next challenge. And so I'm going to keep those week 1 photos and then some week 16 photos and then see what the difference is and really try and nail this next one.
Definitely.
That was my intention with this first one, and then life throws you some curveballs. And I guess that's one thing to remember with these chows as well, is that life doesn't always help you with stuff. So you've got to adapt and overcome and do the best you can, and be honest with yourself. Like if you still did everything you could do, then that's an achievement. You can be proud of that.
Yep.
But if you know that you fucked the dog a little bit,
yeah, for sure.
You got some work to do.
Trying to think. So there was a few things that I drank on this challenge, and that one was that one game, the Canberra Storm game. The other one was, I think, Parramatta Storm game, and I was like, I'm just gonna have 2 beers like this one, aren't I? And then Storm got in the grand final.
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna have some beers watching the grand final.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was the other day. Okay, this is first of all, it was Tennille's brother's 30th. We went out on a boat. Had some beers there. I'm macro had a bin. And then this is what happened. Now we're getting forward into what's happened in the last recent week. I'm pretty sure it's been a week, maybe 2. I was sitting on the toilet the other day. Sitting on the toilet. And I know we're not meant to have our phones with us on the toilet anymore, which I don't. Actually, I read a book now.
Ah, very good.
Yep. It's I'm setting myself up for jokes here, but it's the Cam Smith book. Because straight away, I remember when I got it.
Can't wait.
Because
can't wait for those comments.
When I got it, it's just like people posting like, "Oh, Woolies out of toilet paper again." Coincidentally, that's right. But anyway, phone went off while I was in there. Anyway, my mate, I'm saying he's my mate, Dale Finucane messages me out of the blue. I didn't usually because I've been told by Tennille, stop asking for tickets to games.
Nah.
I was like, okay, I won't. I haven't done it for a bit. Anyway, I got a message from Dale, and he said, hey, mate, I've got 2 spare tickets to the Origin Decider. Do you want to go?
Does a wild bear shit in the woods, son?
Yeah. So I wrote back, no, I've got other shit on. No,
I'd love to, mate, but...
Yeah, got Zumba. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, unreal. I'm frothing. I hop off the toilet, run out. Nah, just kidding. Finish up first. And
clean myself.
Anyway, he sends me the message like, yeah, sweet, I'll email through the tickets now. He sends me through 6 tickets.
What?
I know. Now, the story doesn't end there. So anyway, I've run out. I'm like, told him, I'm like, Tennille, Dale just sent me 6 tickets to the footy. Like, who should we get? I'm like, Nick's away. Fuck, can't get him.
I would have flown home.
Exactly. So I ended up taking Dale Bomberman.
Yep.
Because we were planning to go to meet up for Origin. We're going to watch it at one of our houses. And I'm like, I'll ask Dale because we've got to cancel plans with them now. I'm like, hey, mate, instead of watching it, how's about we go to the game? He's frothing.
Yep.
Then that was when I was asked for 2 tickets. Then I see that I've been sent 6 tickets. So I end up saying to Neil, like, ask Chrissy as well, like she wants to go. So we got 4, there's 4 tickets gone. I ring Sam to see if he wants to come. He's busy. And then anyway, as I'm like trying to give away these last 2 tickets.
Sam doesn't really watch the footy anyway, does he?
No, he plays it, loves plays it, but he doesn't know anyone that plays footy. Anyway, so he I got these 2 spare tickets. I'm trying to give them away. Tennille goes, you should message Dale first and make sure that he was meant to send you them 6 tickets. I was like,
smart girl.
Yeah. Anyway, I messaged him and I was like, hey, bro, you sent through 6 tickets. Is this correct? He goes, oh, shit. No, it's just meant to be the 2. I'm like, lucky. Because what happened was I was just thinking, like, there's these other people that are going to the game whose tickets that I've basically just printed out to give away.
Oh,
so I would have stitched them up. Anyway, so going back a few weeks, we needless to say, Dale and I end up going to the footy. So we go there, heaps of people, because they've lifted the restrictions, let it be 100% capacity.
Full stadium. Yeah.
It is jam-packed. We get there. Now, a few weeks earlier, there was like a ticket thing with Ticket Tech where the site shut down.
I remember that, yes.
Yes. So I'm thinking, I've been sent these tickets. Dale's told me to print out a certain two.
Uh-huh.
So I've printed out these certain two. We go up and I just go, something is telling me on the inside that I should quickly download all 6 tickets onto my phone just in case these other people have not got the message. They've printed out my 2 and scanned and they're already in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rock up with false tickets.
Yeah.
Anyway, we line up, get to the end. There's heaps of people behind me, scan the ticket that I printed out. Ba-bow. I was like,
no.
And then thankfully, because I already downloaded the whole 6 tickets, I'm going through all 6. Anyway, second one, no. Third one, no. Fourth one, no. So anyway, go to the 5th one. I better not be situated. The 5th and 6th one work.
Hey.
But I'm just thinking like...
Good thinking.
I feel so adult that I'm so prepared that I did this. Because there's people behind me, they're just like, look at this dickhead. He's like, oh, he's bought fake tickets. What a dickhead.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like... But at the same time, I'm kind of like having a little bit of a flex that it's just like these printed out tickets that just have this big Dale Finucane on the front. It's like, no, they should work. It's good.
No, see, Dale Finucane gave me these. Yeah. God, they work. They're real.
And anyway,
we're mates.
So anyway, I finally got in, go through the other 4 people that are sitting down. I'm like, right, now, g'day everyone, I'm Liam. Who printed out seats 1 and 2? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Because he stitched me up.
Hey, nice to meet you, but I've got a lot of problems with you fucking people.
And that was basically it. And so yeah, when Dale sent me those, like, you better be going for the Blues. I'm like, yeah, mate, I'll be going for you for sure. I'm not going for the Blues. But everyone that we sat next to, they're all Blues supporters. That's all good. Anyway, we ended up great game. What a game. Yeah,
I didn't get to watch it. I only got to see after, but looked like a cracker. And I saw somebody's comment recently, another NRL player. I wish I could remember who it was, but the comment was, this is Cameron Munster's game. We're all just allowed to play it.
Callum Ponga said that.
Yes, Callum Ponga.
Yeah.
That's out.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was the atmosphere was huge. Everyone has always said, like, the atmosphere with...
I told you, how good is Origin football?
Yeah.
It's unreal. And it's so sick that you got to experience at a full stadium as well. Because, man, like, they just put on the show and everyone's in the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I remember ones that I've even gone to where we parked at Chermside and caught the bus into Suncorp.
Yeah.
And it's like the niggle already starts on the bus between people, like, you know. So it's just, it's an event from start to finish. It's so good.
No, it was a great end of the series. I mean, if you're a New South Wales supporter, not the best end of the series.
Nah.
But it was
better luck next year.
That's it. But it made it exciting. Made it more exciting for next year. It's great that was it Paul Gallen said that worst team in 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, worst team in 40 years. It's just like, and then that's why they're all posting like when with them at the Shield, and that's just the caption: worst team in 40 years.
Oh, he said it about Queensland.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny. But,
that dude's a doofus, though.
Yeah. And then, so that happened. And then what else? Oh, it's pretty much... I got a shit haircut.
I saw that.
Hang on, I'll take my hat off.
It doesn't look too bad now that it's grown out, but...
No, look, if I do that, you still see the fucking...
It's like they just got a plate in front of your face and cut around it.
When I went and got it, he... okay, first of all, the guy who I went in, because I went to a random barber. I don't always do that.
Yeah.
But I did. I just needed a haircut. And I walk in, I see this stylish guy. He's got the great haircut. It's like, this guy knows what's going on. He knows hair. And he's done the haircut. And I don't know what I was thinking, but as he's doing it, the guy who owns the barber, he's coming over trying to fix up the back. He's like, you got to do this. And he's changing clippers all over the joint. Now I'm starting to get a bit worried. But I'm thinking, he's got a good haircut. Surely he knows hair. But you got to realize, he doesn't cut his own hair.
Exactly. You've got to find the guy that cut his hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I should have said.
Yeah.
And then we're finishing up, and he's like, yeah, you happy with that? I'm like, yeah, mate, all good. And then the last thing, he puts my fringe down, and then just goes snip straight across. I'm like,
what the hell was that for?
What was that all about? Anyway, he still says, all good. I'm like, yeah, mate, looks great. Thank you.
I love how everyone's experienced that, like, because there's memes about it where it's just like it's just like a house fire, and then they go, "Oh, happy with that? We're all good. Yeah, thanks so much." And then you still pay full money for it, leave in tears.
I know, and I don't want to say which barber it is because I don't want people going there, but people should be, saying, "No, tell me what it is," so I don't go there.
Yeah. And I mean, if the fella's learning, you got to give him a go.
Yeah.
Aussie spirit, give them a fair go.
Oh, no, thank God for hats.
But barbers are one of those things. It's like if you find a good barber, a good accountant, a good car detailer, you stick with them. You know what I mean?
So, but you know what? I should not go back to this barber anyway, because the last time I went there, I went in and there was 10 people sitting down. And you know how usually at a modern barber, there'll be a board that you'll write your name on, or you'll book in on an electronic thing. I went in there and there was 10 people sitting down, and I sat down. Didn't really pay attention. What I should have done is walked in, just been a big boy about it, and just said, "Who was the last one to walk in?" And hopefully someone would have put their hand up and said, "All right, I'm after you." But I didn't. So anyway, this place is cash only.
Oh, yeah.
So dodgy from the get-go. I sit down, people are getting up and going. I didn't realize that they're getting up and going to get cash out and come back.
Oh, right.
And I've been told who's next. And I look around and everyone's looking at me. I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm next. So I got up, started to get my hair cut. And then this dude comes back in, sits down, and he's like, "Oh, no, it's all right. Oh, mate, here, jump the gun." Like, sat down, like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, man. I just thought I was next. No one said anything."
Yeah.
He's like, "I had to go get cash out, mate." Being a real dick about it. Anyway.
So what you're saying is you left.
Yeah.
You weren't here.
Yeah.
There was an opening.
And
10 people waiting.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, so I was like, "Oh, sorry, mate. Do you want me to hop up now?" He's like, "No, mate. It's all good. All good." No,
it doesn't seem all good.
Yeah. Okay. Legend. Anyway, so the thing is, what I felt sorry for is there's another guy who didn't say anything, and I cut in front of him too.
Oh no!
And I didn't realize that because he did the same thing. He just wasn't going to be a dick about it. He's like, "Oh, my fault. I should have got up and
spoke up." Yeah.
Anyway, so when I went up and paid for my haircut, I was just like, I think I had two $20 notes spare in my wallet. So I said, "Look, I'll take $20 off his haircut and $20 off his haircut." Don't say I did anything, but hopefully they ended up doing it. But yeah, I was just like, I feel sorry for the guy who didn't say anything. But I'm kind of doing it to this guy just because he's a dick, and hopefully he feels like more of a dick for the way he spoke to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go off into nowhere.
It's funny, like those kind of situations, if there's somebody like aggressive and rude and whatnot, and then if you meet that situation with love, how it can really drastically change everything. Like, I mean, in that situation, you were kind of like, suck on this, like try and think I'm an asshole now. But there's been instances before where like customer service type situations where somebody's been really, really rude to me.
Yeah.
And then I've just gone, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they snap out of it like, yeah. And then they're sweet as pie after that. And you're just like, because this isn't a problem between you and me. Like you've got something going on.
Yeah.
And that's not my fault.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but you can still be kind to that person to try and get them to snap out of it a little, you know?
And see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Before they just jump the gun and be like, no, it's all good, mate. Just like, shit haircut anyways. Good thing he was in there.
But like, that's ridiculous. Is that like, mate, you left?
Yeah. Exactly.
What, is the world meant to stop when you're not there and ready to do shit? Like, put on your big boy pants and fucking get over it.
I didn't say anything to the bloke. I just left. And hopefully, in my mind, the guy who I gave the $40 to did split the 20s.
Yep.
And he didn't pocket it, I hope.
Instead of taking a $40 tip.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is a cash-only place. I don't know. Who knows? I'd rather not know.
Maybe it's time to find a new barber. I think that's the universe talking to you.
Oh, well, exactly. It's like that happened the first time. I go back again and get a shit-ass haircut. All right, I'm not going back there anymore. I've learnt my lesson. It took two goes.
Yep.
But 3 strikes you're out, and I'm not waiting for the third one.
There you go.
But I'm trying to think. In other news, before you rocked up, bit of landscaping in the backyard.
Yep.
I'm over that shit. Like, just people think that, like, I am a Bunnings guy, but I like starting from scratch. Right. When it comes to Bunnings and my projects that I do at my house, they're great. It was great when I was building the house because I had a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Now we're doing these other things that are like restaurating Reno type style.
Where you got to rip something up that already exists and try and make it better, or
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening at the moment. Before you got over here today, before you came over, I was out the back. I was ripping up all the shit along the side of the fence because we're putting in a new garden bed because there's this friendly, they call it friendly neighbour fencing. Good neighbour, I don't know. I call it shit house. It's the worst fence that you can get. It's for those that don't know what good neighbour fencing is, it's like you got your rails that go in between and it's like the pales go one after another on each side.
Yeah, so it's like we can see a bit through the window, and if you look at it on an angle, you can actually see the gaps and see into the neighbour's yard.
Yeah.
So I think the idea is that, like, if you've got a friendly neighbour, then it doesn't matter that you've got the gaps.
Yeah.
But maybe what they should call it is cheap fencing.
Exactly, 100%. So yeah, we the reason being because things get stuck in this small little gap between the fences. Mm-hmm. That be when you mow the lawn, grass seeds go in there, and you got a garden bed. Grass starts growing up through the garden bed. You can't fix it. It's just unless you go in and rip it out. It's a lot of maintenance. To avoid this for your garden beds, you have to build them properly from the start, and that be put plastic and shit under it. So it
weed
works.
netting and all that kind of crap.
And the reason why we didn't do it was because we were lazy. Well, I don't know, but we see this side of the house that backs onto the office, they've just got a garden on the other side. So there's no grass going in between the two.
Okay.
So we don't have the problem here. But over the other side, they've got lawn on that side that backs onto our garden.
And you've got lawn that side too.
Exactly. Yeah. So it meets in the middle and then it's just a nightmare. So
chaos.
Basically what I got to do is redo the garden bed, redo the fence. So I'm going to rip off all the palings and then put it up so it's just flat. And
you know what the real friendly neighbour fencing is? No fence at all.
Yeah.
Because then you're friendly neighbours.
Exactly.
Like, really?
Yeah. So, yeah.
So it's fucking false advertising from the get-go.
But yeah, the thing is that they don't, like, because next door, that's the side of their house that they don't acknowledge. So they don't care about. It's not their problem.
Yeah.
So it's my problem, and that's what I'm dealing with.
Excellent.
And it's hot. It's fucking hot outside.
It is hot.
Yeah.
It really is. It's, we skipped spring altogether and it went winter into summer.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking scorcher.
Yeah.
It already feels like Christmas because of the pure heat. Yeah. It's been getting those real hot days where there's not a cloud in the sky and yet it's grey. Like there's just that heat haze.
Yeah.
It's chaos. So
where else? Is that like Santa Monica? Like that sort of... I say it's hazy there.
Oh, they talk about the marine layer. Oh. It's actually just fucking pollution. But they go, oh no, like in the afternoon, the marine layer comes over. It's like, no, you, like the city has 30 million people in it and all of you drive a car each every day, even if it's around the corner. Yeah. It's fucking smog, mate.
Yeah, for sure.
I love California. I love visiting LA, but they've got some shit ass backwards. Like there is obviously sea haze that happens in a coastal city. Like it happens on the Sunshine Coast, but it's not to the extent that they're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I think in Dubai was kind of the same as like what it is here at the moment, just where it's not blue skies. It's not a cloud, but it's grey.
Yeah, it gets this weird haze to it, and it's a grey sky.
I mean, that's a bit of sand as well in the air, I think, over there. Yeah. That place is hot.
I haven't been to Dubai. I've been other hot places.
Yeah. Oh, it's a scorcher there. Fun fact about Dubai. I know this from working in how would I say, urban construction, civil. There's shit all drains there.
Yeah, right.
There could be literally like 3 k's of road, dips in the road and everything, and there will be a tiny little gully, and that is because it just doesn't rain.
Yeah, right.
Like there's just like it's so hot there all the time. Like that. Yeah, when it rains, it's just like their drains are clean enough to just still put shit away.
Huh.
So yeah, it's just like, oh,
there you go.
If you work in the drainage industry in Dubai, it's sewer, but
pretty quiet job.
Yeah, as far as stormwaters. Yeah.
Fun facts about Dubai. Bet nobody expected to hear that.
No, and you wouldn't even look at, like, honestly, if you ever go to Dubai, look at the road, look at the curbs, and you will go forever without seeing a drain.
That's wild.
Yeah, weird.
My head can't encompass that information, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What else? Well, yeah, it's getting hot, so the responsible exercise coach in me has to remind people to drink your fucking water this summer. My clients aren't doing it at the moment, and I'm at them.
Yeah.
So a stainless steel water bottle, put water in it, add some salt to it, and fucking drink it, all right?
Have a drink. Yeah.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know what else to talk about. Sport's done for the year. Now Christmas is the next sporting event. Bashing your siblings in the pool.
Oh, what? Yeah. It's not much to do. I mean, aren't they open up the borders?
Yeah, 10th of December.
Oh, okay.
10th of December. So I'm actually really excited because a high-level practitioner of the institute that I study from, his name is Donald Carr. He's based in Sydney, and he actually taught the course that I just did, Integrated Movement Science. And he's a brilliant guy, like worked with some insanely high-level people and sports teams and whatnot. And so that's another bit of information of mine is I'm doing a workshop with him December 11th. So literally the borders open the next day he's coming up, and doing a workshop with him all about assessing and treating back pain. So I'm really excited for that because he's huge with that stuff. Which is going to open up a whole new world for me and what I practice, especially because a lot of the fighters at the gym get C4, 5 and 6 vertebra issues. It's just like a very natural injury that comes with striking, sparring, wrestling, grappling, all that kind of thing. A lot of guys end up with it. So I'm really excited for that. What else? Connor Birch, he's probably like the top fighter at our gym, and he's also part owner of it. He's one of my clients now, which I'm really, really excited about. So we're developing him, and he's going for the XFC featherweight title on the 12th of December. So that's going to be a huge fight. So anybody that's got an interest in MMA and only sort of watches the UFC, like XFC was started, I think it started or owned by Brian Ebersol, who was in the UFC a while back. And it's a great MMA organization putting on awesome fights. So it'd be really good for people to get into the local side of it and encourage that because they're doing some cool things. And so, I believe our boy Connor's going to get the strap.
Ripper.
So I'm very excited about that. Then we got Christmas, which is insane as usual.
You reckon you'll go over the border anywhere?
No, I won't, but I finally get to meet my nephew, Jack.
That's a belter.
I'm really, really excited about that. So, I mean, I'm excited because I get to see my sister.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So she's coming over from Western Australia and, bringing my nephew, Jack, who I haven't met yet.
Awesome. We'll get him on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's talking a lot. A lot.
Well, there you go. I'm thinking, I don't know, I might go to, I don't know about Sydney. Because I do have cousins down there.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd like to go catch them. I think, in all honesty, I would like to go to Melbourne. I miss Melbourne out of anything.
Yeah.
I do. Like, is it safe there? Is there 0 cases now?
I think it is 0 cases, but I think the government might regard it as a hotspot. I think it's got to go a little bit longer with no cases. Don't quote me on that, but it might still be a situation of having to quarantine once you get back.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I don't know. Government website will tell you, but it would be awesome to get to Melbourne. I would love to go there probably next year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places I want to go. Hopefully travel just happens for us next year.
Yeah. Like what? Overseas?
At least New Zealand.
Yeah, at least New Zealand.
Yeah. I mean, there's places that you can already go, but you just have to quarantine when you get back, and that's like expensive and a lot of time wasted for a lot of people. So, because I think you can go to the Maldives at the moment.
Oh.
You don't have to quarantine there, but if you want to come back in the country, you do.
Yeah, okay.
And Jimmy, who used to play bass for Washed Away, has been in Madagascar the whole time COVID's been on, and he's finally allowed to come home. I think he's still got a quarantine when he gets here.
Yeah.
But he's been doing some really cool YouTube videos of being over there. It's really interesting. But yeah.
Madagascar, that is wild.
Why?
All right, well, sounds good. And we're going to smash out 2 more today.
Yep.
And then we're going to wrap it up for the end of the year. So this will probably be the next episode you'll hear in another week's time from now.
Yes. Yep. And then there'll be 1 or 2 more episodes after that, and that'll be it for 2020.
Yep. And then we start the new season.
Mm-hmm.
New season of podcasting.
Season 2, round 1.
And we've already got some guests lined up ready to go.
We do. Should we drop it, or should we?
Nah, won't jinx it.
Be a secret.
We got some belters.
Yeah, there's some very cool ones coming up. I'm really excited about. So, going to be a big year next year.
It is. It's taken off way too quick.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Let's wrap it up.
Rightio.
Which button is it?
The orange fella there.
That one?
Yep.